We're here again on the Twin Cities Film Fest 2017 red carpet, sponsored by Faiola. Also, we've said that like 3 different ways tonight. Let's hope I've nailed it at least once. I'm here with a couple more actors from the feature film DARCY, making its worldwide debut here at the Twin Cities Film Fest. And these two characters, these are 2 more actors, these 2 characters have possibly my favorite names in the entire film. Go ahead and tell us your names.
My name is Julia Brennan.
And your character name?
My character name was Ice Cream Susie.
Nice.
And I'm Faiola.
And you played?
Pete the Creep.
Favorite name ever. Alright, so Ray, a little bird told me that you had some interesting moments happening on set. That you had some cool stories with getting little manhandled perchance?
Oh, no, we only did about 3 hours of stunt fight work.
Great.
With one of the great stunt coordinators in the industry, Roy Farkle, and John David Casey. I get beat up by a Star Trek villain, if you can believe that. Yeah, I'm not kidding. And so that was very exciting, going through the rigmarole and this was my first feature film.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
40 years a stage actor, I moved to the Hudson Valley and I'm in a picture. What can I tell you?
You made the right move.
Absolutely. And I have to tell you, the Hudson Valley has become a mecca for filmmakers. In addition to Heidi and John, and they brought a wonderful first-class crew with them. I was really impressed with the entire crew. But you know, we've had a slew of people over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years making really first-rate pictures. So come to the Hudson Valley and make movies.
That's wonderful. But first come here and make movies, and then you can think about going there. Okay. All right. So you're a local girl, yeah?
Yes.
Born and raised where?
I live in Plymouth.
I live in Plymouth. We're neighbors.
It's a great place.
So, how long have you been acting? What's your sort of backstory as the local Minnesota girl here?
I always loved theater and like that type of thing, but I really started seriously considering it when I was 14, and had a lot of trouble trying to break into that as a very young person, and with school and all of that. And so this was kind of my first role that I got, and so I flew out to New York, and definitely worth it. So I'm happy to be here.
Congratulations! And you're also a singer-songwriter, yes?
Yes, ma'am. I make music. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I signed with Columbia Records last September.
Yay! That is so great. Congratulations. So here is a question I want to ask you guys, especially since you're not one of the 2 leads necessarily. As you're in this film and knowing the story and having to tell this story, what do you want people to take away from it? When they leave the theater, if you could choose what they took away from it, what would that be?
I guess I would just say, kind of relating with what Gus said, she was so young, and I was around the same age she was when it was shot, just embracing that vulnerability and really taking that time to explore who you want to be and who you want to grow up to be and what you are learning about yourself, and kind of just embracing that. And then watching that on screen is really, really interesting to see.
So being comfortable in your own skin, to kind of throw back to what she said.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, how about you, sir?
This is a film about 3-dimensional characters. I play a conscientious child molester. If there could ever be such a thing. He's a guy who hates what he's done. And he has this incredible relationship with this beautiful boy, this beautiful young actor, by the way, Lawton Dennis. Really incredible. You will not believe this kid when you see him in the picture. But all of the characters, they are all from the other side of the tracks, from the other side of life. And yet very often on the outside we look at these people and we refer to them as them. And in this picture they are us, because they all have multi-sided facets to themselves. And you really get to see people who, they may not make it all the way. They may have peculiarities that we otherwise might not embrace, but they're real people. They're 3-dimensional people, and I think you'll really get to, if not, you might hate some of them, but I think you're going to fall in love with a lot of the characters in this picture. And I have to put in one word for Heidi and John as co-directors. I have never been directed by two directors before, and I have to say it was an amazing experience because, and it has nothing to do with a feminine perspective and a masculine perspective. It has to do with the fact that with two directors and an expanded perspective, you have added emphasis on not only what you're doing technically, because it is a film, and film is very much a technical medium, but you also have extended and expanded character reference and character influence. And I just have to tell you, it was really great working with both Heidi and John as an actor, because it gave me so much more. They gave me so much more help in direction and in where to go, and in very small steps, very small increments, being able to manufacture my character.
I love that. That's awesome. Okay, so one more question before I let you guys go, because I know you need to see the movie. So tell us what you're doing next. If people want to follow you on social media, what projects do you have coming up next?
At Shadowland Theater in Ellenville, New York, this Saturday night, I will be presiding over Terror at the Mic, an evening of live radio on stage. And it's an annual event that I've been producing, and it's a benefit for Shadowland Stages. So that's what's next on my plan.
Love it, love it. How about for you?
You can find me at Julia Brennan Music on all social media, and I'm currently continuing writing and recording. I go to New York tomorrow to write, and just kind of working towards my first EP to put out. So that's what I'm working with.
Awesome.
And I'm at Ray Faiola, rayfaiola.com.
We cannot forget that. Okay, guys, so make sure to check them out, support their work. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.